In this video, we shall discuss about differentials, error and approximations. Here you shall see the beauty of mathematics. Okay, that is the beauty of calculus. Now, you have read about differentiation of a function in your class 11 and differentiability of a function in your class 12. Okay. Now, when we call a function is differentiable, that is when LHD is equal to RHD at that point. Now, we already have read if y equal to fx is a function and this function is said to be differentiable at x equal to a if LHD means limit x tends to h tends to 0 f of a minus h minus f of a by h is same as RHD. What is RHD? That is limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a divided by h. And when a function is differentiable, then its derivative at x equal to a is what? Dy by dx. That is f at x equal to a. That is f dash a. How we find it? It is nothing but limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a divided by h. This thing you already have learned. This is very simple to find if you know how to find limit of a function. Okay. Now let us analyze this formula. We will treat this logically, very logically and geometrically. You know from your class 11 that f dash a or dy by dx at x equal to a represent the slope of the tangent at to the curve at x equal to a. You already have read tangents and normals to a function, okay, or to a curve. Now, if I analyze this very logically, we see, okay, what we see here, f dash a is nothing but limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a divided by h. Okay, that is when I make h sufficiently close to 0, then this limit of this ratio is known as the derivative at x equal to a. Okay, now come to this my idea what I am using. Let a plus h is x. Then what is happening you see. When h tends to 0, then x tends to a or not. So I can write this as limit when h tends to 0. Okay, limit x tends to a fx minus fa by h. What shall I write for h? Obviously it is x minus a. Okay. Is there any harm if I write a as x1 and fa as f of x1, that is y1? Is there any harm? If I write a is x1 and fa is fx1, that is y1. Obviously there is no harm. This is simply I am changing the name of the constants. Okay, and when x tends to a, I can write limit x tends to x1 f of x minus what is fx? Can I write it as y? So I write it y minus y1 by x minus x1. In this situation, this f dash a is nothing but the slope of the tangent we have read in our class 11. Okay, that is I write m for slope of the tangent. Okay, so when I make x sufficiently close to x1, here is say x1 or a, whatever you may be, and x is, where is that x? This limit exists, means x may be in the left side or right side. Okay, both limits are equal from left side and right hand side. LHD is equal to RHD. Okay, x is either in the left or in the right. Therefore, I tell x lies in a very small interval where x1 is centered. x1 को center लेके, if I choose a small interval, there in that interval x lies. Okay, that means if I take this curve, okay, and here is the point x1 y1, here is the point x and y. If I may bring this x and y sufficiently close to x1, okay, if I magnify this using a magnifier, okay, then what shall I see? I will show you here. Okay, now f dash a will be equal to y, f dash a I write m, y minus y1 by x minus x1 when I bring x sufficiently close to x1, that means when I magnify this point as x1 as a center. Okay, in that situation, you see y minus y1 is m into x minus x1. So what is this? You have read in 11 coordinate geometry. That is, it is nothing but the equation of a straight line passing through x1 and y1 with slope m. So what we did in this differentiation process, or when a function is differentiable, that is, the geometrical meaning is a function is differentiable at a point when I magnify that point, I will see that point as a straight line. You see the beauty of calculus. Therefore, we call a function is differentiable that is, it is locally linear. All differentiable functions are locally linear. What is the meaning of locally linear? If I magnify the function's graph by taking some point as the center, I will find it will look like a straight line. Okay, so this beauty of mathematics or calculus is used to find or to define calculus as a ratio. Okay, and we will define in this section the calculus or derivative as a ratio. Okay, and in the approximations, what shall we do? We will approximate a non-linear function using a linear function, this locally linear function, that is using differentiation. Okay, एक non-linear function को linear approximation देंगे. Okay, that we shall do here. Okay, chalo. Now, before coming to that, let us know the history of this differentiation. Okay, now you know differentiation. Sir Isaac Newton is the father of differentiation. From where he was? He was a British physicist. British physicist. He used calculus for physics, for physical measurements like velocity, acceleration. Okay, to find velocity, acceleration, he used calculus and related things. But at the same time in 17th century, calculus was also invented in that Germany by German mathematician Leibniz. Okay, Gottfried Leibniz. How he was using calculus? He was using calculus geometrically, mathematically. Here physically in Britain and in Germany mathematically. So they have different concepts of using calculus. Okay. Now let us analyze the difference between their thoughts. Sir Isaac Newton was using y dot symbol for what we are telling now, dy by dx. Okay, this dy by dx, okay, was treated or was same or similar to y dot at that time. Okay, this was by Leibniz, this was by Newton. Okay, now we prefer this Leibniz notation. Okay, why we prefer this Leibniz notation, I shall tell you in one or two videos, or in this video it may be, it will come. Now what was y dot written by the British mathematician Sir Isaac Newton? That was nothing but ds or dx by dt. Okay, and here for Newtonian differentials or differentiation, he was using the independent variable as time, and he had taken time does not depend on anything in the universe. So time सबसे powerful है, that he was telling, and we know also. But what Leibniz was doing? Leibniz was writing y equal to fx and dy by dx is nothing but limit at delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x. Okay, what is the difference between these two notations, these two thoughts? Okay, these two thoughts separated the ideas of calculus of Germany and Britain. Okay, how that separated? Sir Isaac Newton was discussing that ds by dt ho, dx by dt ho, this is a single thing. This is called velocity. Velocity is a single thing. I cannot separate these two. Why I cannot separate these two? Because this is the instantaneous velocity. If I separate, I will get average. Okay, and average velocity I cannot find using differentiation. We find only the instantaneous velocity or instantaneous acceleration using calculus. Okay, so Sir Isaac Newton was using these things, dx by dt, dA by dv by dt. These are the single things. This is velocity and this is acceleration. So this d by dx of fx was treated as a single operator. This d by dx is a operator, single operator, and d by dx of fx gives us a single thing. Okay, understood? Here in dy by dx, dy is not a different thing, dx is not a different thing, means this is not a ratio. This is an operator d by dx applied on fx. Okay, got my idea? This was the treatment of Sir Isaac Newton. Okay, now if this is an operator till now, जब अभी तक जितना डेरिवेटिव हम लोग किए, the derivatives what we have done, we found single results. An operator is operated, for example, d by dx of x square. An operator d by dx operated with on x square gives me 2x. This is not a ratio dx square by dx. ये ratio नहीं है. Understood? Okay. Now, therefore, how you read this d2y by dx2? It is not square. Here d by dx is not square. So, don't read it as d square y by dx square. Here, d by dx is operated twice on y, like f of gx. F is a function operator, g is a operator, operated on x. Okay, that is like f of g. It is not like f into g. That means sine of sine x, I cannot write it is sine square x. Very simple. So d2y by dx2 is never equal to, it is never a square. An operator d by dx is operated twice on a function y. Okay, getting the analysis? But what is the benefit of Leibniz notation? The benefit of Leibniz notation is I can use dy by dx as a ratio. This is the greatest benefit of Leibniz notation, for which we are using this as the universal or worldwide. We are using this notation. We are never using y dot now. अभी मॉडर्न मैथमेटिक्स में y डॉट कभी यूज नहीं होता है. We use dy by dx for its greater benefit. I can treat this as an operator or as a ratio. So in this section of differential error approximations, we shall treat this dy by dx as a ratio, not as an operator. So we shall discuss very nicely in our next video.